Sponsored by MedOne Care Therapy Partners.
And in Your Voice, Your Vote tonight, we come on the air here with a major projection in the United States Senate race. Bernie Moreno has defeated incumbent Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown. That is the latest projection from the Associated Press as we come on the air here at 11 o'clock. Bernie Moreno gets the check mark from the AP on here. He also gets it on our big board. 50% of the vote going to the Republican, a car dealer from northeastern Ohio, has unseated a three-term incumbent senator in Sherrod Brown. Bernie Moreno on track now to be the newest junior senator from the state of Ohio. He could become one of two junior senators who could enter into Congress from the state of Ohio at the same time, around the same time next year, depending on what happens with Senator J.D. Vance and the race for president. We'll talk about the race for president here momentarily, but this is a major call to make here on this historic election night. It's right now the second pickup for Republicans in this evening, the first being West Virginia, where we took you earlier this evening to Jim Justice's watch party, the governor of West Virginia, who is now going to be the next senator of West Virginia, who will replace the Democrat Joe Manchin, who is retiring there. That is one of the biggest calls of the night so far. John Tester in Montana right now has to be nervous seeing what's happened out in Ohio. John Tester, the other Republican who is running in a state in which Donald Trump won in 2016 and 2020, trying to win re-election. Brown did that in 2018, but Donald Trump was not on the ballot. Let me take you over to the big board and show you what we're seeing here in this race and the counties that Bernie Moreno won. Lucas County, he won, but it wasn't a runaway. He only got 56% of the vote did Sherrod Brown here in Lucas County. His needed to have a good turnout in Cuyahoga County, less than 50% turnout in Cuyahoga County. 70% of the vote is in. There are still votes outstanding. Initially, Democrats weren't panicking when they saw the numbers coming in, and they were going in favor of Bernie Moreno, but now this race has been called. Sherrod Brown got 68% of the vote in Cuyahoga County, but 295,000 votes is all that came in for him in Cuyahoga County. A far cry from the massive turnout that we've seen from Republicans tonight across the state of Ohio. He will end up losing this race by a smaller margin than Donald Trump. So getting some of those split ticket voters, but not to the extent needed in order to win this race in Ohio. Sherrod Brown right now leading in Hamilton County, another place where he's done well in the past, but he only had 57% of the vote there. I want to take you to a couple of bellwether counties and show you what we've seen in the past here in Senate elections in the state of Ohio. In Northwest Ohio, Wood and Ottawa County have voted for the winning candidate in these Senate elections every year going back decades, these two bellwether counties. It has been since 1976 was the last time that Ottawa County voted for the loser. Sherrod Brown won Ottawa County, won Wood County in 2018, 2012, and 2006. Those two counties ended up flipping for Rob Portman in 2010 and 16, and then for J.D. Vance in 2022. So we were watching those counties tonight. How did they end up performing? Well, Sherrod Brown does not win those two counties as it currently stands. Wood County narrowly going for Bernie Moreno, not getting 50% of the vote there, but he does get 49.3%, which is more than what Sherrod Brown had. Bernie Moreno also carried Ottawa County with 56% of the vote. So Wood County, which has become a very almost spot-on bellwether here in recent elections, one that Sherrod Brown had to win. Whatever happens in Wood County, if it's a statewide election, historically in the past, in recent years, and we could show you that chart too, whatever happens there, mirrored statewide. 50.6% of the vote statewide for Bernie Moreno, and in Wood County it was 49.3, so about a point away from what ended up happening statewide. So that right now is what we're following in the major projection that we have to make here at this hour. I mentioned that other bellwether map or chart. Let me show you that. while it is top of mind. In other recent elections, what's happened in Wood County has happened statewide. You can see on the far right side here in recent elections, whether it was abortion, marijuana, or the vote for J.D. Vance, Governor DeWine, President Trump in 2020, the Wood County vote has come very close to matching what has happened statewide recently, and that appears to be the case once again here in this United States Senate election.